Hi there and welcome back to the channel. We are out on the golf course here at Howley Hall Golf Club in Leeds, and as you've seen from the title of this video, we are taking a look at the entire ZXi family of drivers from Srixon. We're going to hit them all out here on the golf course. I've already hit them in the room inside and got some numbers which we'll talk about towards the end of the video as well. But first, let's have a bit of a chat about each one of these models of driver individually. Before we get into all that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be kept up to date with all the latest stuff from all of us here at Golfshake. As well as differences, these drivers have some similarities as well. So some of the technologies Srixon employ in these, so the iflex face, meaning that we get different thicknesses and different ball speeds and try and get better ball speed off-center hits. That face is going to allow you to do that on all three of these models. The rebound frame technology as well, meaning that the energy is not lost in different areas of the head. We're still going to get lots of ball speed coming back in, and certainly none of that energy is lost in the strike. So we would expect these drivers to be pretty quick off the face as well. The model I have here is the Max. So in the Max model, it is the most forgiving, highest launching, and has a weight right at the back there, 14 grams, this one, right at the back of the head. That's going to help us to get a bit more launch, make it play slightly higher MOI as well, so you've got a bit more forgiveness in that as well. So this one I'm expecting to be the easiest to use of the entire range. When we move into the ZXi driver, we can see the weights have moved here now. So we've got a 10 gram and a 4 gram. I've popped the 10 gram towards the toe to really help me square that face up. We've still got the same technologies in the face and the rebound frame as well, but a slightly different geometry to the head. It looks ever so slightly different when you sit it in the playing position. They've all got this same crown, this star frame crown on top of it, really with this matte finish on the top there as well, which I actually really love. It kind of, I think, adds to the kind of premium feel and quality of this driver as well. But MOI slightly less, but still pretty high with the weights towards the back of the head there, and we'd expect some really decent ball speed from this head. When we then move into ZXi LS, or the low spin model, we can see the weight ports now move to front and back, so you can move the weights around in here. We've got a 10 gram and a 4 gram as well, same as the standard ZXi. I've got the 10 gram in the front to make it play the lowest launching and spinning possible, because I want to see exactly what it does out here on the golf course. Again, we've got those same technologies in the face and the rebound frame in the body as well, but this driver really aimed at that player who wants the lower spin, lower launch, and potentially that higher club head speed player as well. So as I've said, we're going to test all three of these models out here on the golf course. We've already hit them inside and got some numbers, which we'll talk about towards the end of the video. So come on, let's hit some. So I'm going to start with the ZXi LS, so the low spin version. This is the one that certainly, when I hit it inside earlier, felt probably the best for me. We'll see what it's like out here, and we'll obviously show you the numbers at the end of the video. But yeah, I mean, in terms of looks, they're all quite similar, these three drivers, to be honest, but I really like the way that kind of matte look on the top of it, and just a very simple design on the top of the driver there as well. Let's give it a hit and see exactly how it works. But like I say, sits behind the ball nicely. Pretty good, just up the left-hand side there. Yeah, it's just on the edge of the fairway. It's not too bad. Let's hit one more. Quite a low flight, to be honest, but felt very good off the face. Quite loud, which I wasn't getting that when I was inside. It didn't sound too loud, really. But same again, quite a low flight, a bit more of a draw there, but it's still just on the left-hand side of the fairway. But yeah, certainly very penetrating flight, much lower than the other two models, certainly when I hit them inside. But yeah, quite noisy. I wasn't really expecting that, but feels really good. Feels nice and solid off the face. Yeah, I've got all these set at 9 degrees, so maybe I'd need to tinker around with that a little bit, because it looks a little bit lower than I'd expect, that ball flight. But we'll hit a few more and have a bit of a look. So now we have the standard ZXi driver, which we have tried before on the channel and really like, to be honest. Looks very similar in its shape and size to the LS. Let's see what it feels like when we hit it. Certainly a much higher flight. I felt pretty good. Let's just hit one more. It's just down the right hand side, that one. Yeah, much higher flight than the LS that we were getting. And again, just down the right there, but just over the bunker, I think. Yep, it's not too bad. But yeah, certainly slightly different ball flight, much higher off the face. Same loft, still at 9 degrees, same as the LS, but the way that it comes off the face is completely different. Let's go hit some more with this and then we'll try the Max as well. So now we have the Max model here, which I'm expecting to obviously be the highest launching and spinning of all three that we've tried. And certainly having already hit the LS and the standard model, they've kind of progressively got a little bit higher and spinnier. So I'm expecting this one to just get up there a little bit more. So we'll try and see if we can hit a nice little draw around this corner. Pretty much bang on. That was a good shot. Yep, I think that'll be middle of the fairway. I'll have to wait and see when we get up there, but quite a nice flight actually. A lot more penetrating than I was expecting it to be. I really thought this was just going to pop straight up in the air, but it hasn't done that at all. So let's hit another one. Yeah, a little bit higher flight that one. Better strike, but again, middle of the fairway I think. Just bouncing on the fairway now, it's good. I actually feel, yeah, this feels easier to use than the other two models. And I've literally hit the exact shot I wanted to hit twice. So far, so good. So off this tee, we're going to have a bit of a head-to-head with each model. I'm going to hit one ball, one swing with each one and see where they end up. So we're going to start with the Max, see how we get on. Yeah, nice little draw. It's okay, just over the left-hand bunker, I think. So second one, the standard ZXi. Middle of the fairway. Yep, that one's good. Very high flight on it though, but good. And last but not least, the ZXi LS. Let's see if we can get one on the fairway. That felt really good. Down the left-hand side slightly. Yeah, it's okay, it's in play, it's over the bunker. All three felt good. I'd say the ball flight probably the best with the LS when I hit that. But I think the standard ZXi, middle of the fairway. So both very good. Let's go take a look. Right, so let's have a bit of a look at where all these balls are finished. So the first one that I hit with the ZXi Max, okay? Drew it a little bit, it's just missed the fairway here, just down the left-hand side. Pretty decent position really, but certainly when we look at where the other two have gone, which I thought are about equal strikes, you can see they're much longer. So the standard ZXi, we can see is on the fairway here, middle of the fairway, good position, pretty decent shot, nice draw down the right hand side, nice high flight. And then when we look at the LS, we can see it's slightly further than where we've hit the standard one, just missed the fairway again, but we're absolutely fine. But there's probably what, 1, 2, 4, 5, about 6, 7 paces between the two. Certainly the flight was definitely more penetrating with the LS that time. Sounded really good off the face. When I tested them all inside, I had them all on 9 degrees. While I've been messing around outside, I've had the luxury of being able to tinker around with them. So the LS then was 10.5, and that's probably the nicest flight that I've had with it. Certainly most powerful and longest distance as well. So yeah, I mean, all three fairly playable shots on what is quite a tight par 4 here, but the LS just felt really, really good off the face. So now that I've had chance to play around with these in terms of the loft and the way that I've set them up, I think I've found the one for me, which is ZXi LS in 10.5 degrees, 9 degree head, just lofted up ever so slightly. I've got the heavier weight towards the front of the driver as well. So this kind of sets up very similar to the driver that I use at the moment, which is the Paradigm AI Smoke from last year. Same shaft, same loft, and I've also got a heavier weight in the front of that as well. So it kind of matches up quite nicely. Let's just hit a couple down here, see how we get on. Yeah, I mean, that felt awesome. Really nice high draw. Yeah, it's just missed the left edge of the fairway, but it's absolutely fine. It's, as weird as it is, now I've got it in the right setting, it seems to sound better as well. I don't know why. It just sounds a hell of a lot more solid. It sounded quite tinny and metallic before. It sounds really good. Yeah, pretty much the same shot. Gonna end up in the same place, I think. Bit of a bad bounce left, but it's okay, it's in play, it's fine. But yeah, certainly prefer now the feel and the flight I'm getting now. Just a nice little draw, slightly lower flight than what I was getting with the other two drivers, and it definitely is going a lot further. It makes such a huge difference to your opinion of a driver actually getting it fitted properly for you as well. If you'd have asked me which one I liked the best after one hit, I'd have said the Max, because it felt solid, it felt really nice, it was easy to hit. Whereas as I've kind of tinkered around with these, moved the lofts around, changed it to how I want it to be, this LS model just feels fantastic. It feels really quick, it feels quite solid, and it also feels like I've got good control of it too. Yeah, really good shot down the right hand side of the fairway. Right, let's just hit one more. That first one, very, very good. See if we can just draw it off that bunker. Just right edge of the bunker. Yeah, it's fine, all good. Right, let's get up there, find those, and then we'll have a bit of a chat about the results we got in the room. So now we've hit shots out here on the course, as well as the ones we hit earlier in the performance centre. Now, before we get into these numbers, I'll just say again, all these were set at 9 degrees with the same shaft in, which was a Ventus Black 6X. That's in there, which is the shaft I use in my driver right now. But like I say, all at 9 degrees. So when we look at the numbers, if we start with the max, we can see average of 302 yards, 282 carry, the highest spin at nearly just over 3,100 RPM, okay, which is exactly what it's designed to do. And certainly when I've been out here on the course, I would have knocked some of that loft off, so taken some loft off to control the ball flight better. But in that 9 degree setting, like I say, just over that 3,000 spin, 167 ball speed, and yeah, performing quite nice, to be honest. Not bad at all, if a little high with the spin. When we move into the standard ZX driver, we can see just over that 3,000 RPM mark, so 100 RPM less than the max version. 3 more yards total distance, so we're getting a few more out of it, a little bit more carry on it as well, and certainly that's what I would say from hitting it out here as well. It's just a slightly more penetrating ball flight than I was getting with the max. So when we look at the LS driver, okay, we can see in that 9 degree position, the spin has come down 2,700 RPM, 317 as an average, so about 12.5 yards longer than what we were seeing in ZXi. And that's because the flight's come down, the spin has come down, it's running further when it hits the ground as well. Now, I felt that was a bit out of control when I was hitting that inside, and I was hitting some fairly odd flights when I was in there as well. So what I did was actually add a bit of loft to the driver and found it to be a hell of a lot more forgiving, but also go a little further. I actually think I'd probably hit it longer than these numbers now I've been out on the golf course, and certainly the speed off the face was better. The ball flight was slightly higher than what I was getting when I was inside, and certainly the first couple of shots I hit out here as well. And it just made the driver transform. It felt different, it sounded different, and the flight was completely different. So I think for me, if I was going for one of these drivers, it'd be that LS model. I got the 9 degree head lofted to 10.5, so a little bit more height and forgiveness on it, and certainly felt like that performed the best for me. And again, like I said earlier, it kind of enforces how you should go and get fitted for this product. You may hit one in the wrong spec for you and absolutely hate it, and it's not really the club's fault, it's the fact that you're hitting the wrong club for you. So make sure that you go to a proper fitter, someone who knows what they're talking about, someone that has a variety of different shafts and options in these drivers for you to try. But certainly when looking at the numbers I'm seeing here, they stack up really well against anything else out there on the market, and they're definitely drivers you should be considering if you're looking at changing yours this season. You can look back at the review that we did with the Fairway Hybrid as well as the ZXi driver from earlier on in the season. It's about 3 or 4 months ago we did that now, but it's great to test all 3 of these heads together. Let us know what you think. Which one do you like the look of? Which one have you tried? Which one do you think might be heading into your golf bag this season? Let us know. Keep watching all of our content here on the YouTube channel to help you play more and play better, and we'll see you soon.